What up, chat? Yo. What's good? What's good? Chat, by the way, we're not gonna yap for very long today. I'm probably not gonna be live for very long. I'm sorry, guys. I've been getting shit kicked. Oh my God, bro. I have been so ungodly tired, y'all. They like moved my ADHD meds to 3 milligrams, and that's too much, bro. It's making me so tired. My like non-stimulant ADHD meds are making me so tired in the middle of the day. It's hard to fucking stream. So I literally am gonna call them tomorrow and be like, hey, you guys gotta fucking pull me off of this shit. We got to go back down to 2 milligrams. We gotta go back down. I was just watching one of your videos right now. Thank you, Wezer. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Raya's in here. Latest fuck stream. I know, bro. I've just been like, bro, I've been training my new personal assistant in. She's a lifesaver, but like training, honestly, y'all, training is just a one-on-one live stream. Like the entire 5 hours that she's here, learning my systems, learning how to post, like handling things for me. It's genuinely like exhausting having to like talk and explain and like create SOPs and like teach her. She's a very visual learner, so I'll just like teach her everything on a whiteboard. And it's just exhausting, bro. Like after 5 hours of that, I do not want to go live for any amount of time. So that's what we've just been grinding. We grinded that Sunday and today, and I'm just like, oh. So bear with me, y'all. I'm just trying to get through it. But as soon as she's fully trained in and she's making my life easier, bro, this is going to be so much nicer. Everyone follow Inquirer Ghost's footsteps. Leg up the stream. How's everybody doing, bro? By the way, I'm curious, is MBEM on Twitch or on YouTube? MBEM's everywhere, bro. MBEM is inevitable. What's that phrase? Only thing guaranteed is something in death. I feel like the only other thing that's guaranteed is MBEM. My #1 hater. Oh my God, wow, late stream. It's so late for you, Sammy? I guess it's really not though, because Minneapolis during the summer, it's like you're in like, you adapt to a new time schedule because it's so, it doesn't get dark until like 9:30. I fucking miss that shit, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't get dark super early here, like I think around like 8. But like, bro, I loved being outside and being like, it's 9:30 and the sun's still out. That shit ripped so hard. I'm okay, just a sore rear today. Hey, you know what? Get your nut, Mango. Boo, Raya hates us. Boo. Raya, simply tell the storms to stop making your Wi-Fi spotty. Death and taxes. Thank you. Thank you. Death, taxes, and MBEM. All inevitable, bro. AmITheDevil. Wow, what a fucking AmITheDevil. AmITheDevil. Inevitable? No, wait, that's not even AmITheDevil. Chat, don't show MBEM that. She's gonna fucking get, she's gonna fucking clown me for it, chat. You're gonna clown me for that. What's up, guys? I apologize. Normally I'd go through, but y'all, I'm just fucking tired. Like, not only, like, this was honestly the worst time for my psychiatrist to be like, you know what we should do? We should try to up your dosage by 1 milligram. Because that shit is taking me out, bro. I have been tired for like a week straight, and I have to call tomorrow and be like, hey, so I need y'all to write me a prescription for the 2 milligram. 2 milligram, not 2 milligram. What the fuck am I even saying? I need y'all to write me a prescription for the 2 milligram right away. Because your boy needs that shit. Your boy is dying. I get so tired in the middle of the day, bro. Joan of Arc, thank you for subscribing for 14 months at tier 1. I appreciate it. Jen, thank you for resubscribing with Prime. I appreciate y'all using your Prime subs on me. Baby mom, thank you for the bits. Hop on that treasure train, chat. Sarby, you sound tired? I am tired. Fuck, bro. Soap's in here? Ew. What about me? Soap just hate farming for real, bro. Soap just hate farming. This is strange for me. I know Spotty Draws. It's a little different than Spotify, but we have a good time over here. Oh no, the live stream notification woke me up. Bro, put your phone on DND when you go to sleep. I'm sorry, but welcome to the stream, baby. Got a clip of the MBM thing? I hate you. I hate you, system codes. I hate you. I should probably resub. Not if I fucking gift you 6 months real quick, Raya. Shut up. Gift a sub. 6 months. Gift a subscription. Yeah, eat shit, Raya. Eat shit, bro. That's what you get for being my mod, bitch. Sarb, do you want a caterpillar? I'd take a caterpillar. They're kind of cute. W gifted. You're right. W gifted. Shout out. Bye, Sarby. Thank you for the 6 months tier 1 to Raya. Wow, Raya, you better be saying your thank yous. We have good manners. That guy's pretty sick. Y'all should follow in his footsteps. Just saying. That Sarby guy, I've heard, ridiculously large penis. Like, I'm pretty sure if you look up his name in Wikipedia, that's all it says. It's just ridiculously large penis. Yeah, that's some good manners, Raya. I'll make you one? Wait, you're gonna make me one? I thought I was gonna get a real caterpillar here. I thought I was gonna get a real caterpillar, bro. The most aggressive altruism. You're welcome. Sarby, ain't that the cat butthole guy? No. I heard that Sarby guy is a thing for grandmas. Well, I mean, you don't think who do you think wrote the Wikipedia page? Spoiler alert. It was crowdsourced by your grandmas. That's why it's so accurate. That's why they're like ridiculously large penis. What do you think attracts the grannies, Chad? Come on. Keep up here. Hey, Elisa, congrats on finishing flight school. I expect you to fly me somewhere cool. Just saying. Fly me to the moon. Oh my God, finally caught the stream after so many TikToks. Thanks for catching the stream. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching on the TikTok. Chat, we hit 100K today. Actually, technically, it was yesterday. Oh, Beans is here. Oh, he's sneezing. Beans. Okay. You're inconveniently, like, not in a good place for me to show you on camera. All right, I'll just fuck off all the way on the... Okay. And I got to put down my headphones. The Beans is here. Hey, buddy. That's my sweet boy. What a good boy you are. Yes, you are, Beans. Can we get a flop, Beans? Can chat get a flop? Oh my God, Joan of Arc with a 5 gifted? Beans, Joan of Arc gifted 5 subs. Can you tell her thank you, please? Say thank you, Beans. Say thank you to Joan of Arc. It's kind of rude of you, Beans. Bro would rather say slurs than thank yous. Joan of Arc, thank you for the 5 gifted. If you guys got a gifted sub from Joan of Arc, make sure to say thank you. All right, chat. We have good manners and good manners only. Not been exploding his... Exploding. Fuck, dude. I'm tired. I'm just tired, chat. Bear with me. Not been exploiting his son like every parent YouTuber does. We do not exploit Beans. Beans exploits me. Beans just comes here and shows his butthole and then causes people to write subreddits that I'm obsessed with my cat's butthole, even though I'm just trying to protect him from showing his butthole on stream. It's a Dark world out there, chat. Oh. Dark world out there. Beans hates me, damn. He just doesn't have as good of manners as chat does. Hey, see ya, Raya. Thanks for coming through. Ooh. He showed a second of hole. You're gonna get a subreddit post about you. Chat, I need someone to write a subreddit post about Maya. Ready, go. Lego Maya Eggo is really obsessed with Sarby's cat's butthole. And that's just wrong. Also homophobic, question mark? Oh, man. Sorry why you stream so late, bro. It's been, your boy's been down bad. Bear with me. ADHD meds, training my new assistant. It's been rough out here, chat. It's been a little rough out here. We're working on it. We're working on it. Oh, that was for you. Your present showed up today, Sarby? Oh my goodness. You do not need to be getting me presents. Love your shirt, bro. Oh my God, you guys. So I went out today after I got done training. I have like no food in my fridge. I know it's bad. I really need to make time to go grocery shopping, but I just like have not had time. And I knew that I needed to like eat and nap before I went live. And so I went, there's this like Greek place right around the corner for me, to be honest. It's not as good as the Greek place that I went to in Minneapolis. Shout out New York Euro. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I did enjoy it. And I went to go pick up my food because I ordered it online. I walk in and I shit you not, like there were 3 guys at the front counter. They all did this. And I was like, listen, I'm good looking with a big cock, but like, me walking in anywhere does not warrant that reaction. And all of a sudden, the guy from the back is like, just starts bursting out laughing. And he's like, bro, your shirt is so funny. And they were all like, oh my God, yeah. And it was funny because I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is a Love Island reference, right? Am I tripping? But I was walking out and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot that like sometimes I'd be wearing degenerate shit. And I usually try not to wear degenerate shit out in public. You committed a war crime according to the Greeks? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. But I felt so awkward because like, this is like a stream shirt that I wear because it's funny. And like when people notice, it farms comments on social media. Like this was genuinely kind of a gag gift that I got from my sister's fiance that like, I don't wear this in public. At least I don't try to. I just wear this on stream because like, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm reading my little Reddit stories and somebody realizes that my shirt says mommy's little meatball, it farms comments. People eat that shit up. When I'm on stream, people are like, I like the shirt. Bro farmed comments IRL. I did, bro. I accidentally did farm comments IRL. And that was, low-key chat, it was kind of embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is why I can't be an IRL streamer. I hated that. I hated that moment. I was like, I just want to walk in here, pick up my food, pay for it, walk out. And then I also had this, like, this isn't that bad of an awkward reaction, but okay, so I have this one credit card. I have this one credit card. It's full metal. It's pretty cool. It's like, you know, the jokes like when you drop your metal credit card in front of your girlfriend's dad to impress him. Like, I can do that. I can do that. The only thing about the metal credit card is it kind of fucking sucks to actually pay for shit because it doesn't have tap to pay. Any metal, well, maybe not any, but the particular metal credit card I have, and I know I'm sitting here and slobbing on my own shit because I'm bragging about having this card, but like genuinely, I kind of don't want it anymore because it doesn't have tap to pay. Which like is so stupid, but tap to pay is so normal. I shit you not. I give my card to this guy to pay, and like I kind of looked away for a second, like at my phone, and I look back, and this dude is like struggling, like fucking like taking the credit card and like continuously tapping it on the like tap to pay portion, and had probably been doing that for a solid like 10 to 15 seconds by that point. And I had to be like, hey dude, that one's not tap to pay. And he like misheard me and he was like, oh yeah, I don't know why the tap to pay isn't working. And I was like, no. Like it doesn't have tap to pay. And he kind of looked at me and he's like, why doesn't, like, he kind of was like, he didn't say this, but like his look was like, why the fuck doesn't this have tap to pay? And I was sitting, and it was just like a whole awkward interaction. I was like, I just want my fucking food. I just want to pay for this. I just want to get out of public from being in public in the mommy's little meatball shirt. Add to phone wallet. Oh my God, that's actually the smartest thing you've ever said, Adelaide. It probably isn't actually the smartest thing you've ever said. I'm just fucking dumb. I'm just stupid. The fancy card doesn't have tap to pay. No, for real. For real. You think these motherfuckers would have figured out a way to put tap to pay in a metal card if it's going to be so fancy? Actually, to be fair, I got this card, holy fuck, in like 2021. So to be fair, tap to pay was not as popular back then. It existed, but it wasn't popular. Oh my God, did your card decline? No, thank God. I would have peed myself on the spot. Not gonna lie, I've never used tap to pay. What? Sammy, I mean this in the nicest way possible. You might be unk for that. And that's coming from a fellow unk. But that's crazy. Dude, when I got my first tap to pay card and like got to use it, I was like, this is game changer. This is incredible. Like, have y'all ever been in an interaction where your card isn't working? Like, not that you didn't have enough money, not that it got declined, but you like put the fucking chip in and then it's like, please insert card again. And then you pull it out, you put it back in, and there's like, card not read, please try again. And you're like, you pull it out, you're like wiping the little fucking like insert to pay part that's supposed to be fucking working, but it's not. And you think that like rubbing it for some reason is gonna make it better. And then you insert it again just to hear, please slide your card instead, you fucking idiot, with a stupid card that doesn't work. Like, that shit is embarrassing. That shit sucked. The day that was over, the day I could just go, ding, game changer. Whoever invented tap to pay, I will suck your penis or eat you out. Sorry, I shouldn't assume that it was a man that invented that. Probably wasn't. Let's be honest, it was probably a woman. I feel like saying that I'm gonna eat you out is so like different than saying I'm gonna suck your dick. What if it's a girl's penis? Either way, I don't care, bro. I'm fucking on that shit. Penis, vagina, Ken from Barbie, fucking flat surface. I don't give a shit. You deserve it. You deserve head. I hope whoever created tap to pay is getting head right now. What did I walk into? Art. Sarby Haktua. You right. You right. What if it was an entire team collab? Okay, Alexandra, I feel like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure somebody like actually made it happen, but the person who was like, what if you could just put your card on the payment processor and it processed? That guy deserves a blowjob or getting eaten out. Eating you out implies we're a delicacy, and we are. That's so true, Resilient Sage. You're so right. Chat, should I change not to suck my own dick to not to eat myself out? I feel like that goes hard. Even better, not to fucking suck on my clit. Not to milk my own titties. That's incredible. That, honestly, if I had titties and I had milk coming out of them, I would milk them shits every day. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Although saying not to schlob on my own shit, that kind of goes hard. I can't lie. The stream when your parents enter the room. Hi, you're Sid Druid's parents. I'm a good influence, I swear. Yeah, Mom, this guy's really good. He encourages me to like stand up for myself and evaluate my relationships and always do the healthy thing for myself and really encourages that I figure out my finances. Here he is. And then it's just a clip of me being like, fucking not to suck my own clit. Not to fiddle my own clittle. That's incredible. I like that one. I like that one. That's a good one, bro. That is a good one. I like that shit. That's some good shit, chat. That is good shit. Looked it up. Tap to Pay has no sole inventor credited. I'm sure there is a guy out there or a girl or a they, them who's sitting there who's like, I fucking came up with that shit and they took my idea. Like, I guarantee it. I guarantee it's one of those. It's one of those. Parents walk in, Sarby, I'm gonna fuck all your grandmas. That too. Mom, I love this YouTuber Sarby. He's so wholesome. Not to slob on my own shit. Yep. Yep. Nah, if no sole inventor credited, they were probably a woman. You right. Actually, you probably so cooking. You cooking, bro. You cooking. Not Cat trying to say that they invented Tap to Pay, bro. He's so wholesome. All right, so you've crossed the line. The Redditors are coming for you, bro. They're coming for you with a capital K. All right, chat. We got to get started on stories. I have 5 that I want to really wrap up here today. Let me go fill up some water because my mouth is dry and clearly I can't talk. But then we're going to get started on stories, okay? Oh, the loaf. The loaf. Here, Beans, keep them entertained. The beans. All right, chat. We got things to do, stories to read. Let's get it started. What up, Jaden? All right, chat. Here we go. All right. But if you guys don't remember, we're reading some Am I the Devil? Am I the devil? Am I the a-hole? Am I being too overprotective with my 17-year-old daughter? I have a 17-year-old daughter who is asking to go out with her friend by themselves. Her friend is also 17. I would be dropping my daughter off, and her friend's mom would be doing the same, with both of us picking them up afterward. They want to do something simple, like go to the mall, bowling, or running. My daughter has never given me a reason not to trust her. She works, is responsible, and even offered to keep me updated throughout the day. However, whenever she, sorry, it's the two evers together. However, whenever she hangs out with her friends or goes to sleepovers, I usually tell her to include her older sister or the whole family. It's fucking weird. I've also told her that if she has a problem including her sisters when hanging out, then she's not really for her family. Oh my God. It's one of those. She says that because she has a job and interacts with all kinds of people every day, she needs a chance to learn and experience things independently. She also feels it's unfair that she's never really been allowed to go out on her own because I always expect her sister or family to be involved. Now she says it's gotten to the point where she doesn't even want to ask anymore because she already knows the answer will be no unless someone else comes. Her sister, who is 23, agrees with her and says she felt the same way at that age and still does. Yeah, bro, that's weird. I'm sorry, like, no 23-year-old should be like super gung-ho about hanging out with their 17-year-old sister and their friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably have their own 23-year-old friends doing 23-year-old things. Am I wrong for feeling this way, or am I wrong for feeling this way, or am I being too overprotective? I mean, don't get me wrong, you guys. I thought this was going to be way worse. To me, it's like giving this dude is probably a part of like some sort of religion. Or maybe this is just generational trauma. Like I'm very curious where this idea of how you have to I'm very curious whether this sorry. I'm very curious where this philosophy of you have to bring your sibling with you if you hang out with people comes from. Cause like your child could still get into fuck shit that you don't approve of. It's just now both of your children. Yeah, somebody said it. He's giving a bit of Mormon. I didn't want to clap the exact one, but that's what I was thinking. Sorry, guys. I was looking at the profile to see the comment. The OP only had one comment on their profile, and it didn't make any sense until I saw that the auto mod to like figure out if it's a bot or not says to prove that you're not a bot, please reply to this comment. Please reply to this comment and tell us a fun name that you might give to a pet. And that's the only comment this person has replied to. A fun name I have given to a pet is Loretha. And then someone said, did you let your pet do anything without you being there? Right? It is so petty. Sometimes I'm here for it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you guys, like, I just don't really understand this philosophy around, like, you have to send your child with your 23-year-old, with their 23-year-old sibling when they're 17. Like, it's giving not only that you're being an overbearing, overprotective parent, but also you're not allowing your kid to figure out who they are outside of their family influence, which I think is super important. Like, as somebody who, by the way, like, I don't blame anybody for this, but it was very freeing for me to go to college because growing up, at the school that I went to, it was small enough that like my part of my legacy was intertwined with my family because like my older sister graduated 2 years before me. She was valedictorian. She was super smart. She was known for being like athletic and whatever not. And like I had my own things that I was known for, but it was always like kind of like all the expectations that were on me were maybe not the same as my sister's, but they were higher because I had my sister. And like, that's no fun. And when I went to college and I didn't have those things and I was able to like create my own person and create my own image that other people saw void of like my family members, that was extremely freeing. And like, I think that some parents don't understand that. Like, they don't understand that like being viewed through a lens that is influenced by your siblings isn't fun. Like, I was a very smart kid. I wasn't super wild about the fact that even though I was smart, even though I got great grades and high ACT scores, I was still compared to my siblings who got even higher scores and greater grades. And like, that was hard for me in high school. And that was something that was super freeing when I went to college because I was like, nobody gives a shit. And then that also kind of made me realize that like, at the end of the day, I shouldn't have given a shit about that, you know? Maybe OP had helicopter parents. No, for real. I really do think if OP broke this down, this probably comes back to like, this is how their parents parented them. And so they're just carrying on the generational trauma of like, maybe low key subconsciously, they're like, I never got to be my own person. So therefore I'm going to make sure that like my kids also go through the same thing. Unfortunately, it's giving my parents, I'm almost 20 and I've never went to town alone once. Yeah, I mean, I would just encourage any of the parents out there, like, don't get me wrong, this is coming from the guy who, like, I'm gonna have to fight not being a helicopter parent if I have a kid. I think being a helicopter parent is more damaging than not allowing your kid to, like, spread their wings and fly by themselves, right? Like, your kid, respectfully, has to sometimes make their own mistakes. You just have to have a comfortable enough relationship with them where when they make those mistakes, they feel like they can look to you for guidance. They can look to you also for, like, pre-mistake guidance, right? That you would, like, teach them and, like, maybe proactively try to address things that they might mess up and, like, give them the opportunity to mess up, but also give them the foundation and the support to hopefully not make those mess up choices. But, like, no matter what you do in life, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna make mistakes. And, like, I feel like as a parent, it's better to, like, make it okay for them to make those mistakes, but just provide foundational support that they can always lean on. And that's gonna always, A, help them grow, and B, keep the relationship between you guys strong. Hey, what up, Shared Prince? What does a helicopter parent mean? It's basically like, it just means your parent kind of like like the idea is that a helicopter hovers. So it's like your parent is hovering over you, trying to make your decisions for you, trying to tell you what you shouldn't do and what you should do, and like really controlling everything about your life. And to be fair, guys, I kind of do this. I kind of do this with Beans. You know, not in a terrible way, but like I have a, like, if I'm in the house and I haven't seen Beans in a long time, I get super anxious and I have to go find him, and I can't do anything else until I find him. Like, maybe that's more of like maybe a little bit of an anxiety OCD thing, but like that's how I helicopter parent him, right? I have on my phone, it tells me how much water he's drank every day, which, like, you could argue that's responsible, but it is a little helicoptery, right? But, like, look at him, bro. Look at this fucking chonker, bro. Look at my chonky man. How can you not helicopter this guy? Like, look how fucking, wow, that is a chunky boy. Look how rotund. What a loaf. What a loaf on that guy, bro. He a whole bakery, you right? I think Beans ate the bakery, chat. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I honestly think it's okay to be a helicopter parent over your pet because, like, bro is going to, you know, like, he's not really going to go out in the world. Like, he relies on me to, like, feed him and stuff and keep him alive and make sure that he's like, y'all, it was kind of helicopter-y of me when he had that little, like, moment where he kind of had, like, a weird poopy thing going on, and I took him to the vet and I paid for x-rays and everything. Like, helicopter parent moment. I, like, paid a fuck ton of money just for them to tell me, like, yeah, bro just is having a hard time shitting. Give it a couple of days. And then he was fine. Like, I think that's fine with, like, a cat. But with a kid, you gotta, like, you know, you gotta give them the opportunity to mess up and just hope that, like, you're doing a great enough job as a parent that they'll make the right decisions. And then when they don't make the right decisions, teach them. You know? What a silly loaf. He hates when I touch him when he loafs, so I'm just gonna give him that quick little pet. But I don't know about you guys. My cat hates it. My cat hates it when you touch him, bro. What up, Ethereal Customs? Beans isn't fat. He's just fluffy. Nah, bro, we're going to fat shame my cat. Listen, I'm not pro fat shame humans, but, like, I'm sorry. I fat shame my cat because he has no fucking clue what I'm talking about. Bro has no clue. Bro has no clue that I call him fat and chonky and that I think he should lose weight. It's my fault, honestly. It's my fault. If anything, I'm just talking shit about myself. Because me as the cat owner parent am making sure that he's well fed to the point where he's kind of fat, you know? And that's just how it be. That's just how it is. That's just how it is, bro. Where's your daughter? Fuck, as far as I know, I don't have one. But I don't know, dog. Are you fucking revealing something to me? Am I going to say I don't know and you're like, you've had a daughter for 4 years? Please no. Please no. All right, chat. Yeah, we fat shame cats affectionately. Exactly. Like, I think Beans is cuter because he's chunky, you know? Should we maybe get him a little more exercised? Maybe. There's an argument for it. There is an argument for it. But alrighty, chat. This one's long. Let's lock the fuck in. All right, chat. Real quick, if you guys are on YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 60 people watching, 34 likes. I know we could get that up to 45. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Make sure to do that. If you guys are on Twitch, make sure to follow. No matter where you're at, turn on the post noties, all right? I get this commented on my stream sometimes. The best way to know when I go live is, number one, turn on post notifications. Turn them on YouTube. Turn them on Twitch. That's how you can guarantee, not guarantee, but that's the closest way you can guarantee that you don't miss the streams. And then if you have a Discord account and you use it pretty regularly, you can join our Discord, and I always ping the Discord whenever I go live. Flower Royal Matt, thank you for the Prime sub, baby. Making Daddy Bezos pay. I appreciate you. Just a little heads up there, chat. Okay, actually, it won't matter. Just kidding. Sorry, I forgot to start and stop my recording, but it honestly does not matter for this stream because it's going to be pretty quick. It's going to be pretty quick. Alrighty, chat. Let's do it. By the way, guys, I am working on getting an email list rocking and ripping. That is just a whole... That's going to take a second. That's going to take a second for me to figure out. So, bear with me. But hopefully, eventually, because I know, like, sometimes people don't get notifications from Twitch, YouTube, or Discord. I'm trying to set something up where you can sign up for notifications that I can be good about, like, pinging you guys via email or phone number or whatever for streams. Okay? Oh my God, Kat, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Chat, if you guys got a gifted membership from Kat, I better be seeing those thank yous. All right, chat. We got Vladimir, Luxord, Kagura, Echo Carries, Zyro, Spacey, Twilight, Ace, Cyberchan, Loli, Veronica. Yeah, y'all better be saying your thank yous. All right, chat. We have good manners and good manners only. God, that made my mouth dry. SMS messages would be sick. I will get it. I will try to figure out something, chat. It's just hard because I want more people to sign up for the email list, for the SMS list, but I want them to be able to opt in for certain things. So like getting notified for videos, getting notified for streams, getting notified for like exclusive stuff. I am planning on dropping merch hopefully soon here. So yeah, we'll rock and rip that. Okay, chat, here we go. Am I the a-hole for making my son cry? I, 47 male, have a son, 14 male, from a previous marriage to my late wife. She passed 2 years ago, and for my son, the wound is still very fresh. Yeah, 2 years isn't that long for your dying mother. My son and her were very close as they look exactly alike and had a lot of the same interest in reading, history, and art. Their favorite place in the world is the British Museum in London. Their passion project has been redrawing pieces from the museum for the last 2 years before... Okay, I think that means for the last 2 years before she died. For the last 4 years, for my wife's birthday in June and my son's birthday in December, we go to England for a week so they can spend time in the museum. However, since she died, my son and I have continued going for his birthday. The problem is with my new wife, 39 female, bro, my brother in Christ. Home skilly vanilly. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 fucking years. Like, bro didn't even let the corpse decompose, bro. He said, yeah, remember that woman I dedicated my wife. Yeah, remember that woman I dedicated my life to and have been with for probably at least 14 years? Done with her, she died. On to the next. Huh? The problem is with my new wife, 39 female. She's only been with us for this annual trip once last year. So she's been around for like a while. And she complained the whole time. Now, however, we recently found out we are expecting a child together. In May. Now, however, we recently found out we're expecting a child together in May. She raised it to my attention that the money I've used for the trip could be better used to be saved for the baby, and we could instead do something else for my son's birthday. I thought about it and I agreed. Like, wait, what's going on? Who in chat? Oh, what the fuck? Jesus. Raya, where are you? Bro, what the fuck? People are so weird. Did that not ban them? Did that ban them? Usually it sends me a ban notification. Oh, no, it did. Okay. Okay. It just sent it in the other chat. Bro, people are so weird. I'm surprised you can even say that. Can I report people on Twitch too? Crazy time for a spammer to come in there. Okay, I think it just deleted all their messages, so I actually can't pull them up. You guys do realize typing in Sarby read chat, it doesn't help me. I'm not going to like you guys typing Sarby read chat when I'm not looking at the chat is not helpful. If you guys say mods get this guy, that does help. Like how if I'm not reading chat and you tell me to read chat, that's just going to make it harder for me to see chats that are actually telling me the problem. Did they say a slur? They were just saying some random awful shit. What else are we supposed to do? I just told you, Professor Cloudy. Honestly, you were doing it. Actually, Professor Cloudy, you were helping. You were helping. For you to say mods, that makes me realize that something's happening. If you say, Sarby, look at chat, I could just think that you're being extra needy. Because I'm not going to lie, some people do that. They come into my chat and they're like, Sarby, you're not reading my chats. And then I ignore you. Because I'm like, you're right, I'm not reading your chats because you're being needy. Sarby, eat chat. I hate you all. I hate you all. I hate you all. Pay attention to me, Shrek for life. You lost that privilege the second you started telling Beans to show hole. Sarby, read our chats. We are needy. Pay attention to us. Marley, see, you're saying that as a joke, but genuinely, people seriously be saying shit like that. Like, people just be like copying. If you listen, let me give y'all a tip. If y'all have ever told me that I'm not reading your chats enough, I ignore more of your chats. If you come in and you start copy and pasting the same message, I will ignore your chats. And I think that's like everybody, by the way. I think that's everybody. Also, if you come in here and you try to hit on me, probably gonna ignore your chats. Not probably, but definitely will. That's just how it goes, y'all. Just trying to help y'all out. All right. Back to this degenerate human being. Okay. I thought about it and agreed. I was worried how he'd take it, as this is the only thing he wants for his birthday. He doesn't ask for gifts or cake or a party. All he cares about is this goddamn museum. And the thing that the museum reminds him of, which is his mother, who you allegedly are supposed to be also grieving and in love with, but clearly not. We broke the news to my son yesterday and he flipped out. He was so upset. And when my wife tried to tell him why we were saving the money and where the money was going, he said he didn't give a damn. And we got into an argument about it. He said he was upset because he didn't go to this. Oh, sorry. He said he was upset because if he didn't go this year, he'd miss the new exhibit he'd miss the new exhibit he'd been wanting to see. And he accused my wife of doing this on purpose because she already doesn't like me, he said. I admit I yelled at him and he started crying, and for the last 24 hours, he hasn't spoken to me. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, bro. Big, throbbing a-hole here. Like, what are you doing? What? Like, you not only made your child cry, you took away the one thing that reminded him most of his mother. On top of that, the one thing that he wanted for his birthday. You're taking that away from him for your new child you had with your new wife that you started dating way too soon after your wife died. Like, a lot of y'all in chat are saying he killed his wife. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, bro's just speed running the no contact from his kids route. Bro might get the world record because holy shit. That's so insane. Oops. Nope. I want this one. Nope. Clicking is hard, chat. The only two things he replied to was clarifying that now they go to the museum less, and it got negative 3.2K downvotes. You know what? We'll add to that. Fuck that guy. And then just a link to the actual museum he's talking about. Someone said Joe Goldberg 2.0. Honestly, bro, pretty damn close, man. That's so crazy. Also, listen, I mean, good for her, but isn't 39 kind of a dangerous age to have a kid at? I could be wrong on that, but damn, bro. Why you pumping out new kids? You're 40 fucking 7. 47. Oh my God, when that kid's 18, you're going to be 65. Wait, not even. You'll probably be like 66. Bro, lock in. What are you doing? Focus on your current relationship with your current kid and retire in 4 years. Why are we pushing back retirement 18 years, dog? What? My OBGYN said it's really not as scary anymore. LOL, her wife is a kid at 52. 52? I can't lie. That does not sound healthy. I'm so sorry. I might have to call BS on that one. That's crazy. 52? My mom had my sister when she was 42. God damn. I feel like at that point, you got to just be like, you got to accept your fate, you know, or adopt. But even then, I'm like, bro, you're so close to retirement. You might as well just, you know. Yeah, 52, what happened to menopause? No, for real. For real. $52, bro. Dude, wait, I'm so sorry. I'm so locked in on this. Can you imagine being 52 fucking years old and being told that you're pregnant? Like, dog. That is crazy. I'm sorry. Call me crazy for that. Call me crazy for that, but that's insane. 52? 52. That's crazy to me, bro. I'd be at that clinic so fast. No, actually, bro. That is, I don't know, man. That seems like a crazy age to have kids. I mean, I don't want to be told that at any age, but 52 is a hell no to me. No, I feel that, Rainbow Gravestone. I feel that. I feel that. I just think 52 is like, damn. That, like, bro, like 20-year-olds die from pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? 52, that's gotta be a huge risk. And also, I feel like when you're 52, like, bro, like, I was just talking about this. I played hockey 3 times last week. My body is in pain this week. Like, I'm like, I can't do that again for a while because, like, my body is like, please just stretch and chill, you know? Like, and that's just playing hockey 3 times a week. You're talking about giving birth at 52? Holy shit. You're halfway to 100. Here's your gift, a goddamn baby. That's wild, man. I'm 62. I do not want a 10-year-old. Oh my God, that sounds like hell. That sounds like hell. Sorry, I'm so hyper fixated on this chat. Let's go to the update here. Let's go to the update. Okay. So OP provided an update on the original post. I think he tried to post this separately, but it looks like it got taken down or something like that. Yeah. Not really sure why. YouTube, if you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up this stream. We got 83 people watching, 51 likes. I know we could get that shit up to 65. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. If you guys are on the Twitch, make sure to follow Cuddlefish. Thank you for resubscribing with Prime. Professor Cloudy, thank you for resubscribing for 1 month at tier 1. That also brought us to 400 subs. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for 400 subs. Wolf Chris, thank you for the 1 gifted. If you guys got the gifted sub from Wolf Chris, you better be saying thank you. All right, chat. Good manners and good manners only. Okay. Update. So a year ago, I, 48 male, made a post online about the issue I was having with my son, 15 male, and my new wife, 40 female. I've gotten many messages and comments asking what happened, so I decided to make an update. Oh yeah, I forgot the title of this was 1 year later, an update. So the big thing first, did I take my son on his birthday trip? No, but let me explain. So after my son and I got into a fight, he went and complained to his uncle, my late wife's older brother, 47 male, and his husband, 47 male. I'll go ahead and say that since my late wife got sick and even after she died, her brother and I never got along. Shocker, they probably fucking hated you. And they probably hated you more after you moved on right after she died. His husband, and most of her family like to judge me for how quickly I remarried, as they should. However, my son has kept a good relationship with them, and once he told them about what happened, they called and offered to take him themselves. I was all for it, but my wife was not. She thought if we let my son go with them, they'd fill his head with lies about her and only deepen the rift between us. Since this situation was causing her so much stress and she was pregnant at the time, I decided to decline their offer, which only made things worse. Yeah, dumbass. Eventually, after about 3 days, we finally sat down and talked. He said he was unhappy with the way she was treating him and often felt like she was trying to erase his mom's touch from the house. He felt like she was constantly criticizing him and didn't want him around. When I confronted my wife about this, she was offended. She said she wasn't trying to erase his mother, but simply add her own touch to the space. She wasn't criticizing him, simply parenting. Ooh, another red flag. Dumb bitch my dad married right after my mom died. Yeah, surely I want her to parent me. I'm sorry, bro. This is me. I'm acting like an absolute terrorist to my parent and his new fuck-ass wife. I would simply wreak havoc. And I was a good kid. I was a good kid. This would turn me into a fucking evil child. This would be my villain origin story, chat. Eventually, my son accepted that he wouldn't be able to go on his trip and was noticeably bummed out about it. So his boyfriend and his friends spent his birthday at our house trying to cheer him up. A sweet gesture, but I don't think it worked. Over the last year, my wife had our baby, and now that my son's birthday is approaching, he's become more bitter and resentful over what happened last year. He spends more time away from home, he's been rude and disrespectful to his stepmom, and he's been seeing his therapist more frequently. Now that we've all adjusted to having a new baby and my son's birthday is approaching again, I'm thinking if I should resume the tradition of taking my son back to the museum. I think it would be a good idea to hopefully do some family bonding, and honestly, I'm feeling really guilty about what happened last year. My wife has her reservations for saying it would only reward his bad behavior. Fuck your wife. Fuck her. I genuinely hope she goes bald. Like, fuck her, man. I guess I'm making this update to not only inform the people of Reddit, but also ask for a little advice if it's allowed. What should I do? I only want to be a better dad. No, you don't, bro. You want to fuck another woman straight after your own wife dying. You're a cook, dog. You're a loser. Your son's going to grow up to hate you. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Like, you could have simply not been a shitty dad, but time and time again, you chose to be a shitty dad. Oh, man. It's like, it's so crazy to me how much parents, how like it's so easy in my head to be a good parent. Like, I think as long as you have good intentions and you truly care about your child, it's, don't get me wrong, you're going to make minor mistakes, but major mistakes, I feel like you just have to like focus on what's best for your child. Clearly, OP does not fucking care. Bro just wants to get dick wet. Bro just wants to get his dick wet by his new wife and fucking like not care about anything that his son wants. Only cares about what his fuck-ass wife has to say. Oh, man. Like, dude's gonna play the victim. I don't know why my girlfriend didn't... I don't know why my son doesn't hang out with me anymore. He went no contact with me as soon as he went to college. I didn't do anything. I hope he gets, like, snagged by the wife's family, because they actually sound good for him, you know? Chat, he had to be cheating. He had to be cheating on his wife. Oh, it's Imbem. What up, Imbem? Yo, Mbem, did the Knicks win? No, you don't, system code. Shut up. Shut up. What up, Amber? Fuck if I know. Bro, you live there. That's like the only cool thing that's happened. Okay, wait, that's a lie. Because Mom Donnie got elected. That's like the only cool thing happening in New York right now, bro. Like, come on. Get with the times, Mbem. I said that earlier. I'm sorry, Brazilian Sage. I'm stealing your shit. All right, Knicks, Spurs. Game 3, what's the score? Damn, the Spurs won? Bro, it's because Trump went to this game. This is all Trump's fault. You can't convince me otherwise. You can't convince me otherwise, bro. Something Nixon 4? Well, not anymore. Nixon 5. Shake my head. This is all Trump's fault, bro. I don't even really care about basketball like that. I can't even I can't even get into the fucking Stanley Cup playoffs either because fucking Carter Hart ruined it for me, bro. That fucking boner. Normally it'd be fun to be like, hey, the state I live in, the city I live in, we're in the Stanley Cup, but I can't even celebrate it because we have a fucking rapist goalie, bro. Like, I low-key want us to lose just for that. Even though it would be cool if we won, kind of, it would be even better if they lost. Like, fuck that goalie. But low-key, the Canes need to step the fuck up. Everything bad happening in the near future is Trump's fault? No, for real. God. By the way, y'all, let me just throw that out there. Listen, this ain't financial advice, but please, for the love of God, do not buy the SpaceX IPO. This is the biggest fucking rug pull of this generation, and it's literally just happening via corruption. Like, please, for the love of God, SpaceX makes no fucking money. This is just a gigantic rug pull, and like billionaires are going to capitalize off of stupid Elon Musk supporters. If you're even somewhat dumb enough to buy that after me sitting here telling you not to, it's on you, dog. What's a rug pull? It's basically where you like artificially pump the value of a stock up so that you can sell it and then capitalize off the like top of like the hype of everybody buying the stock. It grows your stock up and then you sell it and you make a fuck ton of money and then the stock drops. That's what a rug pull is. Such a fucking Sarby. SpaceX makes money. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. The only part of that business that kind of makes money and is actually a good business model is Starlink. But every other side of that business does not make money. It is objectively a bad business, which, to be fair, a company that's trying to get us to Mars, it should be objectively a bad investment because, like, they're burning money trying to figure out how to get us to Mars. It should not be a company going public. Starlink by itself is a good company that should maybe be going public on its own as a separate entity. XAI is a bad company that, like, sure, if they want to go public on their own, they should. But he's basically packaging shit soup with a little bit of a bow tie on it and being like, hey, this thing is going to be super overvalued and easy for anybody to buy. And we're going to overhype it so people buy it and the rich get even richer because they have advantages in this IPO game that the normal person does not. It's such a grift. It's such a grift. If you don't believe that, I'm so sorry. You're just fucking dumb. Where's the rock? This rock is smarter than you. If you genuinely think SpaceX is a good investment, this IPO, you are actually fucking dumb. And this rock is smarter than you. Shout out Kai Rock. Need to get shelves so I can put it up there. Don't most of his rockets blow up? Yeah, usually. Usually. All right, chat, we got to keep going. I could talk shit about Elon till the day I die. But I really need to be wrapping up stream here in a second. Okay. Here we go. R/am I the a-hole relationships. Am I the a-hole? I think my girlfriend will break up with me. Am I the a-hole for setting a boundary? Is the relationship over? We have a 34 male OP, 39 female girlfriend. We had an argument about something stupid I did. I messed up and apologized, but she raised her voice and threw stuff in my face, figuratively. Hey man, that's a little vague. What is the something stupid you did? What are these other things she's throwing in your face figuratively? Could they possibly be other very stupid things that you did that we would probably disapprove of? That is a no-go for me. So I tried to set the boundary of us not doing that to each other. We should try to take a few minutes or hours or days instead of having an argument with yelling and heat. Hey, babe, I know I probably severely messed up and you're throwing it in my face because it probably should be, but I don't like that. That's a no-go for me. I don't like when you bring up the past times that I've done something stupid that you don't approve of. You should not hold me accountable to those things. I don't like that. That's a boundary for me. We had maybe 2 serious discussions in around 8 months of dating, and the yelling and throwing stuff, only happened in the last one. So I had to bring it up a few days after it happened. I had to set the boundary. This conversation, which happened yesterday, was great, civilized, and peaceful. But now she is saying she's unsure, that it felt like an ultimatum and she might not be able to do that, and that she is having a lot of questions about us being together. I really love her, and she's the best person I've ever been involved with. I can't undo the boundary out of self-respect. What is your advice as to how to address this? I feel like she is going to break up with me. Okay, so the title of this one is OOP gives himself away in the replies, so I think we just have to open up this post, huh? Okay. The only replies I'm seeing here is okay, so somebody said info, yelling and throwing things is abuse, so you're right to set a boundary that you will leave if that happens. But I do want to know exactly how you messed up. That could be the difference between not the a-hole and everyone sucks here. Okay, and so then they added, I'm trying to decide. So they added an edit here, but I think okay, I think I know what's happening here, chat. So I think based off this edit, let me read the edit. They put edit to add, you're the a-hole. You said more than once in your post that she was throwing things, so you lied to us. On top of that, you are cheap and taking advantage of her. She was right to be angry. So I think what happened, I didn't really specify this when I was reading it, but there are a lot of parentheses added here. So like, for example, threw stuff in my face in parentheses figuratively. So I think what people are saying is when he said that she was throwing stuff at him, he said it in a way to make everybody think that he was talking about like actual physical things being thrown at him. And now people are like, oh, you lied about that, and therefore you're lying to us. But OP did reply to that comment saying, I don't want to give out too much information, but it has to do with money. She never asked me to pay for gas. In parentheses, I don't drive. But I was cheap and asked for half of some Uber rides we took. Okay, yeah, and then someone replied to that saying, with this information, I'm going to go with you're the a-hole. That's not a cheap shot or throwing things in your face. That's directly applicable to the situation at hand. So she's not allowed to bring up so she's not allowed to bring up relevant. Sorry, speaking is hard today, guys. Bear with me. So she says she's not allowed to bring up relevant information if it proves that you're being unfair. Yeah, that's a good point. Other than that, you guys, there aren't really that many other replies on this one. Yeah, the only other comment that really applies here is OP said, thanks for all the replies. They were very enlightening, and I agree I am the a-hole. I will work on myself to improve. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, that was just like a lot of digging to come to the conclusion that the guy is kind of a broke boy and is trying to manipulate his girlfriend into not being able to call out the times when he's being a broke boy, which is a-hole devil, which is a-hole devil behavior. I want to encourage anybody whose partner is like that to not be with that kind of person. I mean, that's just embarrassing, bro. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody's money situation's different, and I understand if you can't abide by these rules, but I think it's like, hey, bro, if you can't order an Uber, unless it's insanely expensive, don't get me wrong. Sometimes there are just ungodly, outrageously expensive Ubers for no reason. But typically, if it's like a $20 Uber or you're offering a ride to somebody, you should do that with the expectation that that's just coming out of your pocket and they'll get you back later in some way, shape, or form. Like, I think that's just a healthier way to live your life. It's very similar to, not last stream, but a couple streams ago, I talked about like, if you get a loan from your family, if you're the one giving the loan, you have to expect the money not to come back. And if you're the one taking the loan, you need to want to ruthlessly pay back the loan. Like, I think that's just a good philosophy in life to have, you know? And if you ever can't operate like that, maybe you shouldn't be ordering Ubers or like offering rides to people and whatnot. I think the only time that that wouldn't apply is like a long road trip. But yeah, bro, especially if your girlfriend is driving you around all the time, paying for the gas, and you go up to her and you're like, we shared this $20 Uber. Can I get my $10? Like, yeah, she should be a little bit mad at you. And honestly, you got to get your shit together, bro. How old was he? 34 male. I'm sorry, bro. I'm so judgmental when it comes to this shit. I'm like, I don't know. At least in America, I'm like, hey, bro, at least attempt to get your license. Like, come on. I don't know. Maybe if you live in like New York or something like that, I get it. Like a big city where driving isn't that necessary, but it sounds like she drives you a lot. I don't know. Me personally, bro, I'm like, this might just be a compatibility thing. I can't be with someone who doesn't drive. I just can't. I really can't. Or at least, like, they don't have to drive a lot. Just has the ability to drive. 34 and asking to split a $30 Uber. Sorry, unfortunately, it's giving loser energy. No, honestly, for real, Kitten and Posey. If you're 34 and you can't afford to just pay for an Uber for you and your partner, it is time to lock the fuck in. Don't get me wrong, it's outrageously expensive in the US right now. I get it, but like, come on, dude. You've been on this planet for 34 years. Let's lock in here a little bit. Yeah, that's super nice of your boyfriend, Choir Ghosts. I feel like that's just a situation like I drive my boyfriend. He always offers to pay if I'm driving with him and it's never an expectation. No, for real. I think it's just like, hey, babe, just pick up something else for us, you know? I got the driving. I'll drive us everywhere. Buy me a fast food meal after a night of drinking together. You know, like it's very easy. Like that's how I am with my friends. I'm not like, hey, you have to like pay me back every cent. It's like, hey, I'm going to buy us a round of beers, and I know eventually in the lifetime of our friendship, you will get me back with a beer because that's the type of people I keep around me. You know, I keep around friends who are just like, hey, I'm going to the bar. Do you want anything? Cool. I'll buy it for you, bro. Don't even worry about it. You'll get me on the next one. I just think those friendships are more fun. Nah, bro, listen, guys, I just firmly believe this. I think if you're in a relationship where one partner has their license and the other one doesn't, that should eventually be figured out. Cause like, all I'm saying, man, is like the most kind of low-key toxic and weird relationships that I've seen where it's like one person drives and the other one doesn't. It like, to me, it's giving somebody who wants a parent for a partner. Like, and maybe too, maybe it's because it was very much like the guy didn't drive and the girl drove him around. I'm like, bro, that's not your girlfriend. That's your mommy, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I can't drive because of vision problems. That's so different, Jaded. That's so different. That's very different. That's one of those like, you know, hey, I'm getting my license on Friday. You're good luck. You're gonna nail this shit. You're gonna nail this shit. Like, even if you don't drive at all, I think it's just the mature thing to get your license, you know? If you can, I should specify that. Bro wants a damn chaperone. No, for real. For real. Like, I'm sorry if it's like, hey, babe, like, to me, it's just so crazy. It's like, hey, babe, we need something from the grocery store, but that's only expected of me because I'm the only one who can drive. I'm like, okay. Okay, bro. I had anxiety problems that limited my driving, but at least you have your license, right, Miz? Like, to be honest, y'all, here's what I think about. If I'm living with my partner and something bad happens to me, where I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't drive, but I need someone to drive. I need my partner to drive me to the hospital. And that partner's sitting there like, I don't have my license. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little mad. I'm gonna be a little mad that because you didn't get your license, even if you don't drive that much, you didn't get your license, and I had to call a fucking $2,000 ambulance. Or I had to wait for somebody that we have to call and be like, hey, can you please drive me to the ambulance because, or excuse me, can you please drive me to the hospital because my partner doesn't have their license? Like, I don't know, bro. Me personally, I'm like, get that shit. Don't use it all the time, but like in case of emergencies, in case, like, I don't know. Me personally, I think it's just like a dependability on like another adult. Let him bike that shit. Yeah, no, Jaden, it's very different for you. Like, if you can't, if your vision doesn't allow you to drive, like, obviously, that's a different case scenario, you know? If my partner needs help and I didn't have a license, I'm gonna drive irregardless. I mean, that still puts you guys in a weird, like, low key. Don't get me wrong, like, that's cool. But like, what if that person like has never drived or never learned how to drive? I think I'm calling an ambulance at that point, but I'm still kind of pissed. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a driver's license because both my parents are working and I don't know how to set up a day. I mean, shit, Lee, that's kind of low key a little bit on your parents. But I mean, you have Google. I don't know. Learning how to drive is kind of on your parents to teach you. Hopefully, Lee, like, here's my thing is if you get a partner, Lee, who's willing to teach you how to drive, I think that's cool too. You know? I'm going to learn today, then we both end up in the hospital. That's real love, Tiny Pariah. That is real love. Ambulance is free here? Okay. Sick brag, Ace. In America, we fucked, bro. By the way, I also just think this only applies in America, where like cars are really important. You know what I'm saying? I think anywhere else, it really doesn't matter. Like the ambulance thing doesn't apply in Ace's country because Ace lives in a country without a, well, maybe I shouldn't say without a defunct government, but with a government that cares about the health and well-being of their citizens, you know? And maybe you live in a more walkable area or something like that where like if your partner needs to like walking to the grocery store from my place is ridiculous. Like nobody would ever do it. It would take probably 30 minutes. If not longer. Dude, I wonder if you could do a driving simulator, Lee. I don't know. That's a good question. You might have to look into that. I would encourage you, Lee, get your license. And here's the thing, Lee. I don't know anything about your parents, but like low key, without knowing anything about your parents, I'm kind of wondering if it's a control thing. If you can't drive, that's keeping you from doing things that they don't approve of. Once again, I don't know your parents like that. Me personally, I think like it's a good parent thing to, if you live in America, like in a normal American culture, I think it's better to teach your children how to drive. No, they're just busy. And they're not making time to like teach you how to drive. Like not even a little bit. Lee, do you have your permit? Lee, if you went up to them and you're like, hey guys, it's really important for me. I want to learn how to drive. What would their reaction be? Lee, you got to get a friend who can teach you how to drive, bro. Dude, Beans is still here. The silly boy. He's guarding me from the ghost chat. I don't have in-person friends? No! Not even like a, you don't have a single in-person friend, Lee? Chat, Operation Find Lee an in-person friend is a go. My mom was going to teach me how to drive my junior year of high school, but then she got DUI number 2. Choir Ghost, that's so sad, bro. I did my initial driving learning by driving like an NPC in GTA. Does that actually help? Not DUI number 2. That is crazy, bro. That is the Choir Ghost. I feel so. I apologize, bro. Yeah, you just got to take a car to a big empty parking lot. No, for real, bro. Honestly, great spot is a high school parking lot during the summer. That's how I learned. My dad used to teach me a little bit how to drive when I was little, but that's about it. Lee, I think you should really like approach your parents. I don't know what your living situation is, but like there's driving classes. You know, I'm sure your parents have a little bit of time. I don't know how much time you spend with your family, but if you just like, hey, instead of us hanging out on the couch or like whatever, would you guys mind like giving me a 30-minute driving lesson? Like, I think it's really good. I think it's good, Lee. Like I said, I don't know how your life is, but if you don't have any in-person friends, I think driving could really help with that, you know? The moment you can drive and you have like freedom to take yourself to places that are maybe a little bit further away, you can sign up for art classes where you could meet people or you could find crochet. Like, guys, I want to really encourage y'all. It is never too late to make friends. Sure. Does it get a little bit harder as you get older? Yeah. But like, I think my older sister is a great example. She moved to Denver. She wanted to find new friends. She like joined this like Discord. It's like women only Discord server, like women who are only in Denver. And it just like had a bunch of different topics. It was like D&D, like yoga, running, book club, like all these different categories of things that people were interested in. They could join, they could talk to each other, they could meet up at a yoga class, they could kind of feel out a vibe, they could join a D&D group, and then like that's a majority of her friends now. And she did that when she was in her late 20s, you know? Like it's never, ooh, church parking lot for the win. That's actually also not a bad place to practice your driving, bro. Driving was much more enjoyable when gas was $2. I will agree with that, Tiny Pariah. Shout out Trump, bro's a fucking dumbass. That guy can literally suck cock. He actually probably did. He either sucked fucking Bill Clinton off or he sucked the horse off. I can't really decide which one's worse. I'm autistic. I don't know how to make friends. Okay, Peachy Pie, listen, I don't have autism, but like, I think that mindset, here's all I'm going to say. There are people with autism who have figured out how to make friends. I think if you have that mindset, that's the reality. Like your mindset is the reality you live in. So if you walk around saying, I can't make friends because I have autism, that results in you not being able to make friends because you have autism. Now, that's very easy for me to say as somebody with probably mild autism, obviously. Like, I want to acknowledge that. But, like, I guarantee there are, and probably people in chat, there are hella people who have autism who are able to make friends. I think there are also people who might have the opposite idea. I make friends because I have autism. Like, I really do think, Peachy Pie, like, I would encourage you. To me, it's not your autism that's the problem. It's your mindset around your autism. I don't know how to talk to people. I think the art of talking to somebody is not like I'm good at talking to people, not because I was born with the innate ability to talk to people. I think for me, I just talked to enough people that I found out how to do it very easily. And like right now, you don't know how to talk to people, but I think there's a lot of research and also trial by fire that you can do in order to get better at talking to people. And also, I think like some people, the people that I've talked to who are like, I suck at talking to people, I think they're talking to the wrong people. Like, I genuinely believe if I talk to anybody in chat right now in real life, I would be able to have a easy conversation with you because, like, I'm an easy person to have a conversation with, you know? Sarby has a Discord, right? I do. It is pinned at the top of both the YouTube and the Twitch chat. Oh, Jamami, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Y'all making Daddy Bezos pay today. I love it. Start by complimenting people. Ding, 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 ding. Like, I genuinely think, chat, that is a great comms by Bouncy Ball. Insanely good comms by Bouncy Ball. Nobody hates getting complimented. That's a lie. Women hate being complimented by weird men in a weird way. But even then, like, there's ways to compliment women where it's not, like, weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a good way to, like, compliment a woman, you know, that isn't creepy and weird and in a weird way. But even then, like, if you're a woman complimenting another woman, I think it's very, like, y'all, all you gotta do is get drunk at a bar and go into a bar bathroom and compliment a girl's top, and then she might be your best friend forever, you know? I will say, I'm not gonna lie, the amount of people who I've met who are like, yeah, I met my best friend by, like, complimenting her in the bathroom, and then we just followed each other on Instagram and started hyping each other up, and then we hung out once, and then the rest is history. Like, you'd be surprised. A lot of my friends, that is, like, the way that they've met their best friends, you know? Honestly, like, Lee, you should have one of your siblings take you out. I like the people in this chat. Sarby has a good community. I really do, bro. The people that come out to the live streams are really great people. Really great people. Best part of girlhood? No, for real, bro. I'm never gonna be able to compliment random dudes in the bathroom and they don't get weird about it. You know what I'm saying? I low-key, the only time I've ever, this is so funny. The only time I've ever had, like, off the top of my head, a, like, memorable conversation with another dude in the bathroom was, okay, so, like, I don't think I have very many dudes in chat. So only dudes will understand this. So, like, have you ever been to a bar with not a urinal, but a pee trough? It's just like a trough, and you just go up to it and you pee in it. Like, it's super long. It's so efficient. Like, I feel like you can fit a trough in the same space where you can fit, like, 2 to 3 urinals. You can fit a trough that fits, like, 3 to 5 dudes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes even more. And, like, one time, I was at this bar in Minneapolis. Shout out Cowboy Jack's. It has a trough. It's super, like, kind of Republican coded, not gonna lie, but their fucking patio is to die for. And also their live music is really good too. I can't even lie. It's not, sometimes it's country, but sometimes it's like Blink 182 type shit. So it's really good. Anyways, I go there and, like, I'm peeing there with a dude, and bro just out of nowhere, bro's just like, dude, the troughs are so much better. And me and him for, like, 5 minutes, just dicks out pissing, just started going off on, like, yeah, bro, every bar should have a trough. It's low-key inefficient to have anything else, and it's probably easier to keep clean, and it's probably cheaper. And we just, like, went off for 5 minutes. Never got this guy's name, but I felt like that dude's homie. Oh my God, not you guys not actually knowing about pee troughs. Like, y'all don't know about pee troughs like that? 5-minute piss is wild. Okay, we weren't actually peeing for 5 minutes, but, like, it felt like 5 minutes because we were talking, then we washed our hands, then we were yapping in the bathroom. I think we dabbed up afterwards or something like that. I don't even know. Pee trough. Yeah, dude, it's this shit. Listen. It low-key looks not appealing, which, like, fair, but I promise you, bro, I think if you ask any dude would be like, this is the move. This is the fucking method. Okay, this is not showing me what I need. I need a pee trough. Like, listen, they're usually not as like back rooms coded as this one, but like this is kind of what it is, chat. This is very back rooms coded, I'm not gonna lie. But like, it's just so much more efficient. There's no space. There's no like stalls in between, bro. You just fucking line up to them bitches and you pee in it. And you can fit so many dudes because it's just like, wherever there's a spot open, you hop in and there's like a little bit of space between y'all. But like low key, we're all like, fuck it, bro. You got a dick. I got a dick. We all just want to pee, bro. We all just want to pee. Just saying, bro. New level of the backrooms unlocked. Yeah. And it's just a level where you have to like pee with all of your friends in a trough and not look to your left or to your right. No, dude, this is listen, any dude will agree, bro. Any dude will agree. This is the method. You might see a stranger's dick a little bit more than you prefer, but at least you don't have to wait in as long of a line. Sue me. That's not controversial, chat. That's efficiency. I'm too tired for this shit. God forbid I educate y'all on urinal troughs. God. Try to be a place of learning and growth, and you guys shit on me like this. Can't even say that with a straight face, bro. I can't even say that with a straight face. Oh, man. I agree with Sarby. Thank you, Jaden. I appreciate that. I need someone to agree with me. Holding hands with homie while pissing together in the urinal trough. I've maybe not the urinal trough, but I've definitely done that. I've definitely held my friend's hands while we were peeing together. It's very intimate. I think every guy should go through that with their besties. Sarby has a trough kink. No, I'm just very pro troughs. The back troughs. That's good, Maya. Also, I still hate the color of your chat on my screen. Like, I can't even read this. It's so weird. I wonder if I can change it. I hate it. No, come back. Come back. I can't change it. That's so weird. I feel like you're the only person I've ever seen with your name highlighted like that, and it drives me nuts. God forbid I educate you guys on some fucking urinal troughs, bro. And they're looking at me like I'm the crazy one? I can't wait for someone to be like, I wonder what Sarby talked about on stream today. It's just me being like, urinal troughs are the method, chat. Oh, man. How did we come to this? I don't even know. You're welcome, honestly. You're fucking welcome, chat. This is what you guys come for. Don't lie about it. Don't lie. We all know this is why you're really here, to enjoy me fucking talking about urinal troughs. Don't even play like that, chat. Don't even play like you guys weren't sitting here like, yeah, we love hearing about Sarby's urinal troughs. I fuck with the urinal troughs. Did I finish this story? I did. I did finish this story. I just forgot. Okay, chat, I'm going to read this one because this one low-key sounds awful. This one low-key sounds awful. So we just got to push through it, chat. This was in 15 most upvoted. I'm guessing there should probably be some sort of trigger warning here because it's accused 23 years later, still want to lash out. So just a heads up, y'all. Just a heads up. Okay. Accused 23 years later, still want to lash out. In 2003, when he was 10 years old and my daughter was 4, my son accused me falsely of molesting my daughter. I might be able to answer questions, but to keep this at a reasonable length, I simply say that by the age 10, my son had made me out to be his nemesis and never missed an opportunity to ostentatiously disappoint or outrage me. All possible explanations or reasons for that aside, there still sits an aspect of this that I need to get off my chest. So you're going to say that your 10-year-old son has a vendetta against you, and you imply that there are somewhat plausible explanations or reasons, but you're not going to tell us. Dude has a vendetta with a literal child. No, for real. My wife did not tell me about our son's accusation right away. Instead, she went to the police, who instructed her to submit my daughter for a pediatric sexual abuse exam and to report the situation to County Government Family Services. My wife informed me of the accusation and the counseling appointment at the same time. She also informed me of the examination she'd submitted our daughter to. This was a total destruction of any trust This was a total destruction of any trust I'd ever had for her, and there have been plenty of other instances, and though we are and there have been plenty other instances of what? Of other total destructions of any trust you ever had for her? And though we are still married, I almost never place myself in a position where I need to trust her. Sometimes when things get heated, I want to throw it in her face and threaten to tell our daughter, who's now 28, what my wife submitted her to way back then. I'm sure that would hurt my wife and wouldn't do that to my daughter, but I want to see her face when I make the threat. Wait, hold on. So let me get this straight. So you have been harboring this resentment for your wife for 24 years. And you're still like together? Like, whether merited or not, I don't know if I can even get into that. That doesn't really sound like something you should have for your partner. Like, at that point, I think it's healthier to, I mean, maybe go to couples counseling and talk about it or get a divorce. And also, like you guys are saying it in chat, like, I actually think it's kind of okay that she did what was best for her child based off the information that she currently had. I know that's pointless and that my marriage is a poor one, even though we have good times, but I want to scream about it sometimes. Sorry, this post was removed by Reddit filters, so we can't even see what the original comments were saying. Shout out this auto mod that like saves the post and copy and pastes it. Yeah, this comment. What's he going to tell his daughter exactly? When you were 4 years old, your brother told your mother I molested you and she believed him like a good mother and got you checked out. Like, oh, that's a tough comment. That is a tough comment. Like, here's the thing, y'all. And you guys are asking in chat if he like actually did it. I don't think I don't think we're ever going to figure that out because we can't link to the like original post here. I think if he didn't actually do it, it is like we do have to acknowledge that that sucks for OP, right? Like I'm sure it doesn't feel great. At the same time, I think what the mother did was completely valid and the right move, right? And like I would assume that what they found led to eventually you being able to be exonerated or, you know, not. At the same time, y'all, I'm still a little sketched out about everything that he implied around the 10-year-old son. Like, was OP doing shit to that son to the point where he felt like he had to make up a lie to protect his younger sister? I don't know, man. It's tough. It's hard because like if OP did anything like that, that does suck. But at the end of the day, the child has to come first. Like you guys were all saying it, and that one commenter even said it, like there are parents who don't believe their children, and that leads to that child being further abused. Like I'd much rather have an overprotective parent of their child, because that's what a parent should do, than an underprotective parent. Yeah, he feels very combative against a 10-year-old. Like, what beef is a 10-year-old gonna have with a grown-ass man to lie like that? Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, unreliable narrator. He's already on the defense and not giving us all the information. That's kind of how I feel, too. Reading that felt very unreliable because he left anything out that would have validated what that 10-year-old was saying. True or not. Also, I'm very curious. Like, did the son eventually tell the daughter, you know? Is he still, like, in the daughter's life? Is he still in OP's life? Like, very vague. There was a comment about the son now. I mean, we're not going to be able to find it because the original post is gone. Like, I can't even pull it up. There's a comment deep dive through OP's profile. I can't see it, you guys. What? Where are you guys seeing this comment shit? Oh, wait. Oh, you guys are right. I didn't keep reading. There's one more comment. I just assumed the rest of the comments wouldn't be helpful. Okay, so this commenter said, I decided to deep dive OOP's profile to see if any more Nope. I decided to deep dive OP's profile, trying to find any more context into his/their lives, and learned one, his now 30-plus-year-old son is in and out of prison and possibly has a schizoaffective disorder. Okay, so maybe he didn't do anything to the son? 2, OOP has been dealing with limerence spanning over a decade. With his oldest post still... Oh. With posts still up being a... Sorry. With posts still up, the oldest being around 8 years back and about multiple different targets? Okay, what is limerence? Hold on. What is... I genuinely, guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what this means. Limerence is an involuntary state of intense romantic infatuation or obsession? Oh? Oh? That's not... Okay, now I really want to see these posts, bro. Wait, they didn't drop the @ to the profile? Okay, wait, chat. Here's what we're gonna do. Chat, what's that thing where you can look up old stuff on the internet? It's called like the Wayback Machine or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can find this. Where is it? It's Reddit. What up, Miss Jules? Fuck, wasn't there like a Reddit option in the search? Am I dumb? Fuck. Chat, I'm stupid. I haven't used this shit in a while. Okay, hold on. Let me... I need to pull this up on like a regular tab. My tabs are like so zoomed in. Do I have to type in like Reddit? Oh shit, Kai's in here, bro. Ew. Ew. Chat, how do I do this shit? I'm so dumb, bro. How do I do this shit to look up specifically Reddit stories? I know there's a way to do it. Am I on the right website? Struggling with Tech Classic. Okay, listen, we're trying to find a Reddit story that got deleted so we can find the original post, bro. All right? I'm a little bit of a dumbass. Bear with me. Isn't it remove edit? I don't think those work anymore. Chat, does Wayback Machine not work anymore? Is that what y'all are telling me right now? Fuck! Yeah, I could have sworn there was like a drop down where you could literally choose Reddit, but I guess that doesn't exist anymore. Rare Reddit? Oh, I'm not typing anything with you guys. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. Okay. Okay. Wait, I actually don't know what subreddit it was posted to. Oh, Oh, no. Nope. Fuck! Copy the URL and post down below. I don't have the URL. I don't think I can grab it from that. Can I, chat? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I can grab it anywhere. We might be cooked, chat. We might just be cooked. No, not rare Reddit avatars. What the fuck? All right, chat. We might just have to call it we might have to call it, bro. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, y'all. Undid. Last time I used Undid, it didn't work for me. I think they're cracking down on shit like that, chat. Yeah, I mean, listen, I wish I could really find this Redditor's account because this is a little curious to me. I don't know. If you search the Reddit's username on Google, it pulls up some of their posts. Where? Show. Tell me where. Please listen. I do what you guys. I mean, if I knew. Wait, hold on. Time out. If I knew the username, I would just pull up their account. I think I found the story on True Off My Chest. How? It's gone. It like the post is gone. Like, do I maybe this guy? No, not this guy. Different guy. Is this what you're talking about? Nope, not this guy. How the fuck did you guys find this shit? Wait, how does this exist 28 days ago? How's the fuck? All right, whatever. Okay, wait. Shit! Okay, wait, how did that person do a deep dive? Maybe they just made their account private. Fuck, bro. Shout out Alex and Rainbow Gravestone and Lee for finding that. I'm guessing it was just Lee, actually. Shout out Lee. Yeah, this comment kind of sums it up really well. Neither of you are wrong. Sorry that happened to you. I don't know, though. I'm just getting a bad vibe from OP. Like, don't get me wrong, that shouldn't have happened to OP, but like, it doesn't sound like he's processed this or done anything. It doesn't sound like he's processed this and worked through this in therapy. Like this, the way that he ended this does not give me the how do I say this? The way he ended this does not give, hey, I've talked this out in therapy and worked it out in my marriage. It gives, yeah, this happened and I probably was mad about it for a while and then stayed in my marriage even though I resent my wife. Like, to me, that is what makes OP the devil the most. Is like honestly, guys, I kind of don't want to even call him the devil. I just want to say, hey, bro, there is another perspective you need to look at here. And you need to work through it in therapy, whether that means that you leave your wife so that you don't feel this resentment. Like, but at the same time, I think you need to have open conversations about the fact that she was just keeping her child safe. Little known fact, Lee works for the CIA. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. That's why Lee doesn't drive. She's one of those like hackers in the TV shows. She just sits in the basement, Sarby on one monitor, and then like the fucking president of some random country's bank information and like fucking favorite dildo size on her computer or something like that. Sarby on one monitor, Beans on the other. You're right. Okay. Dragon, you confused me because we have another Dragon username in chat who's like a staple, and I was like, did you change your name? But you are not. You are an imposter. Oh, sorry, Lee. I genuinely don't listen. There are too many of you guys for me to remember all your guys' pronouns, so I apologize. I usually try to default to they, them, but every once in a while I'm like, Lee, I think of a woman. My bad. My bad. It's okay, Tamer. Just don't do it again. Don't do it, Dragon. These nuts on your face. Honestly, another person who I can pull those jokes on. Incredible. Anyway, I found the post by searching Reddit accused 23 years later on DuckDuckGo. Damn, I gotta start using DuckDuckGo, I think. Yeah, I don't really want to FBI that hard, Holy Donut. I really don't, bro. I mean, this just sounds like a guy who probably has some deep-seated issues that, like, he shouldn't be on Reddit talking about. Like, this guy should be in therapy without his wife and with his wife. You know? Okay. Chat, your boy has been live for an hour longer than he wanted to, which is perfectly fine. I just now have to go on a run outside in the dark because the gym closed, my community gym. So I'll probably just run around my little community in the dark. Hopefully not get hit by a car in the parking lot. Fingers crossed. No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. But chat, let me wrap up this last story, all right? Okay. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 85 people watching, 69 likes. Honestly, that's kind of nice. Leave it. Leave it, chat. Leave it. Don't be the guy that breaks it. If you guys are on the Twitch, make sure to follow no matter where you're at. Turn on the post noties so you can be notified whenever I go live, baby. Okay. Last story of the stream. Am I the a-hole for initially asking someone in my cycling group to leave due to inappropriate gear? I, 24 male, of course it's a man, organize group cycling rides pretty regularly. They're technically open to the public because of sponsor requirements. In parentheses, usually restaurants we stop at along the way, but in reality, they're mostly filled with my friends. I still have to advertise them though. This last ride was a longer one, about 3 hours each way, and a fairly fast pace. Out of Out of 5 total spots, 4 were taken by people I know, and one ended up going to someone from the public, Courtney. Somebody sponsors your cycling group of 5 people? Like there's 5 total spots in this cycling group. Like that. Chat, I think OP's just trying to farm free food out of these restaurants, which, like, I guess fair game, dog. You do your hustle, but like, you could, wouldn't it, like, listen, chat. I know nothing about OP. I don't know if he's single, in a relationship, straight, gay. All I'm saying is, like, people have invited me to run clubs, and I know that's just code for, like, people in run clubs are just, like, looking, like, usually it's other single people looking for other single people. Like, wouldn't a cycling group be the same? Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we limiting it? Like, why are we limiting it to 5? This is so strange to me. Like, the whole point of building a cycling group is to meet other people who are interested in cycling. Maybe even potentially somebody that you could marry and spend the rest of your life with and cycle with for the rest of your life. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, what are you, an incel? When we met at the start point, I noticed right away that Courtney wasn't dressed like a typical cyclist. She had a proper road bike, helmet, lights, all that, but she was wearing a long skirt and sandals that were not clipless instead of cycling gear. Everyone else was in standard Lycra kits. She actually had the most expensive bike out of all of us, so clearly she knew better. I'm sorry, guys. I know nothing about bikes to know what the fuck this means. Chat, what is a Lycra? I'm not gonna lie, chat. That sounds like I'm not gonna lie, chat. That sounds like loot from a video game. Bro, I was playing World of Warcraft and I got the Lycra. Like, what the fuck is a Lycra? It's a type of material, spandex? It's a sport fiber? It's a sport fabric? Huh? Damn, chat, low-key, my thought on what it was cooler. I don't know. I mean, I don't, like, listen. How does this affect OP? I was honestly concerned about safety. A long skirt near a bike chain just sounds like a bad situation waiting to happen, especially on a fast-paced ride where we wouldn't be stopping constantly. Okay, you know, like, listen, chat, that's not terrible comms. I can't lie. I kind of see that one. I kind of see that one just a tiny bit. Would I interfere with this? I don't think so, unless maybe OP is legally liable for this woman's safety, but, like, I don't know. I don't know how cycling groups work. I didn't want to be responsible if something went wrong, so I told her she couldn't participate and would have to leave. That didn't go over well. One of my friends, Emily, immediately said if Courtney couldn't ride with us, she wouldn't either. She left and said she'd just do the same route independently with Courtney. Since it's all public roads, there was nothing I could do about that. The awkward part came later when I realized we'd all been stopping at the same sponsor restaurants. Oh, sorry. The awkward part came later when I had realized we'd all be stopping at the same sponsor restaurants. It would have looked weird if Courtney was just there but not part of the group, or if she had to pay separately while everyone else was covered. So I ended up just registering her anyway and letting her ride with us after all. After the ride, Emily told me I was an a-hole for how I handled things. I feel like she kind of forced my hand though. If she hadn't walked off with Courtney, I would have stuck to my decision. I also think she might be biased because they're both women, and usually Emily is the only one in the group. The rest of my friends think I was being reasonable. For what it's worth, the event page did say weather appropriate cycling clothing, but it didn't specifically say no skirts. Okay, chat, here's the thing. Honestly, if OP is held legally liable for that, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I do see the fucky wucky being made of the long skirt getting stuck in the bike. So like, assuming he did a good job communicating, hey, because I'm legally liable, if you hurt yourself, I don't want you to go on this ride with the group unless you're not riding in that skirt. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'll make sure to include that next time on the website. I actually don't fucking hate it. Listen, and maybe a lawyer could come in here and be like, no, actually, he's like being dramatic. He wouldn't be held legally liable. But it sounds like there is some sort of business, whether formally or informally, aspect to this that he runs, that if something happens, he might be legally liable. And I'm kind of on his side. As somebody who owns a business in America where people just love to sue for stupid shit that's their fault, I low-key am kind of like, maybe he's cooking. Ooh, sign a waiver type situation. Okay, I don't agree. I don't disagree with that. I don't agree with that. Sorry. No, I don't disagree with that. Like, maybe it's on OP to like make sure that he's having people sign it beforehand, and maybe he should get more formal. It's more on him. But like, with the current situation, I don't know. Maybe OP did a bad job communicating the real reason why. She didn't even have the right shoes either. Courtney is literally the a-hole here. Chad, I literally know nothing about cycling. How important is it to have the right shoes? How long did he say this thing was? 3 hours each way at a fairly 3 hours each way at a fairly fast pace. That's a lot. Don't bikes go like 20 miles per hour? So you're saying like 60 miles there, 60 miles back in the wrong shoes and in a skirt that can get caught in the bike chain. I don't know, bro. Am I an asshole? Like, I low-key don't think that's actually that wild. In a situation where OP could be legally liable, sure. Could he have done things like made people sign waivers or maybe been a lot more specific on the website? Yeah, but like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I've gone to a couple of run clubs, I never had to sign a waiver. I never had to do any, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was run through a fucking running shoe shop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of sitting here like, could he probably have communicated it better? Yeah. I'm guessing that's what really went wrong here. But like, I don't think that what he's saying doesn't have merit to it. Did anyone say, oh, very important, my dad fucked himself up bad cycling in sandals once. Yeah, other people are saying sandals is wild. I also ride with sandals, but like, how far are you riding, hippie mom? Are you biking 60 miles in sandals? Like, honestly, that sounds fucking crazy to me. I once wore open-toed sandals while biking and paid the price for it. My toes got cut up. Jaden said, are we ignoring the because they're both women line? That wasn't OP, though. That was the friend advocating for Courtney and saying that OP was only doing that because they're both women. Oh, wait, no, I see what you're saying. I also think she might be biased because they're both women, and usually Emily is the one in the group. Oh, sorry. And usually Emily is the only one in the group. Okay, I read that as he was saying that she was defending her because it was coming off as like you're only kicking her out because she's a woman type thing. I don't know. How did OP explain this? I told her she couldn't participate and would have to leave. That's very vague. I don't know, man. What are people in the comments of this saying, actually? I'm very curious. So you've gotten restaurants to comp you and your friends' food over the guys that you are open to the public while trying to keep the public from joining. You're the a-hole for a few reasons. That is true. He is kind of trying to keep the public from joining, and he probably is the a-hole for that. Like, he wasn't wild about Courtney going. OP replied to that saying, partially fair, but the question is not about that. Which is true, I guess. And I do organize other rides that have more people from the public, and it takes time and effort to organize these events. Yeah, and then someone said, would you face legal liability if she got hurt? If not, you're the a-hole. What did OP reply to that? I'm no expert on that, but she could hit another person in the group. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. I think if we're isolating these things, I think there are some things in here that we could pinpoint as OP being the a-hole. Like, I agree. It sounds like you're kind of fucking scamming these restaurants by telling them that you're gonna bring a big group of cyclers to the restaurant, and then because of that, you get free food. Like, I get the hustle, but especially if it's like a small business, like, you're kind of a dickhead. If it's like, I don't know, a fucking Denny's, maybe I have a little less enthusiasm about like protecting the big corporation. But if this is like a mom and pop bar and restaurant, like, you're a dickhead for that. But I think if we're isolating it to, hey, am I the a-hole for asking someone to leave because they had inappropriate gear? I'm very inclined to say not the a-hole. Like, I do think legally, there is an argument that OP is liable if she gets hurt on that bike ride because she's not wearing the correct gear. Like, we've seen worse we've seen people settle for, not settle. Bleh. We've seen people sue for way less. And on top of that, like, it probably is better for this woman's safety in general. Skirt and sandals, we've kind of deemed a little bit crazy to go biking in. Sorry, not just a skirt, a long skirt. Jaden, it sounds like he owns this group in some way, shape, or form, whether there's a company for it, whether he himself, which arguably is actually worse, whether he himself assumes liability personally without like a without a liability shield of an LLC or something like that. Like in one way, shape, or form, it sounds like he is liable for whatever happens on this group. There's no company, Jaden. Like, I genuinely think, knowing what I know, he is liable for this. Like, sponsors, the companies would not be liable for this. It's his group. Therefore, it's his job to tell someone they can't come because there's a risk of them being injured. Tell her to change. I mean, it doesn't sound like she's at home with like clothes by. Jaden, listen, listen, guys, I'm not opposed to OP being an a-hole in some way, shape, or form. I think y'all are stretching. Like, I think y'all are stretching on like, this is dangerous. Like, this is dangerous, and I kind of understand it. We can call him the a-hole, like maybe he didn't communicate well. I'm down to die on that hill with y'all. I'm down to die on like him just bringing up like, oh, it's because they're women. That might make him an a-hole as well. The reasoning of like, I'm making this group so we can get sponsors and get free dinner from these restaurants. Like, also, like, I am there with you guys on this, but specifically for what this post is for, I think we're stretching calling him an a-hole. Because I truly think he is number one, liable, and number two, it's better for this woman's safety not to be biking in sandals and a long skirt. If he was liable, he would have said that as a reason, though. How, like, here's the thing is like, bro, like he said, he's like, I'm not so sure, but like, in my opinion, better safe than sorry. Like, y'all, I'm sitting here being like, if I was in his situation, I probably would have done the same thing. I probably would have told her, hey, bro, because this is my thing. And in America, that means that I am liable for whatever happens at this thing. And I have not created a waiver to make you sign a legal document to say that no matter what happens to you, you will not hold me liable for that. I would go up to that person and communicate to them, hey, because you're wearing sandals and a long skirt, you gotta go. I'm sorry. If you have something to change into in the car, like, hell yeah, come through. We want you here. But other than that, come back next week. Like, I genuinely think, you guys, if you don't agree with that, you low-key might put yourself in a situation where you're going to get legally sued. Like, I just from my knowledge, like, people, and I keep saying this, but I genuinely mean it, people have been sued for less in this country. People have slipped and fallen on someone's sidewalk outside of their house and sued and sued the owner of the house for it. That's unfortunately how this stupid fucking country works. Bike safety is no joke. I agree. Jaden, I don't think you understand like how legal shit works. It doesn't matter if it was her choice. It doesn't matter. She can't sue in that case. I doubt that. I genuinely doubt that. That is unfortunately not how this shit ass country works. Like, people can walk into a store, slip and fall themselves, and then sue that company because they didn't leave a wet floor sign out. That's why those exist. That's why those exist. So if I go and ride a ride with no safety and then I can sue the company that owns that ride, yes. Yes, you can. Yeah. Like, you cracked it. Like, that's how people think in this country. Yeah, our system is fucked in that regard. No, it really is. New money-making scheme unlocked. Death Pants. That is how people decide to make money in this country. Yeah, I could have sued places I slipped in because I just could have, but I never did because I'm not a dickhead. And that's how a normal person's brain works. But like, not gonna lie, when there's a random stranger, and like I said, I still think there's the argument that you could be like, well, OP's still an a-hole because he needs to have the liability waivers there. And like, I'm not gonna not argue that, but specifically for like this situation, I don't think it's that crazy. I don't think it's that crazy to be like, damn, I fucked up. I don't have liability waivers. Got to mark that on the box next time that I go. But like, I would do the same thing that OP did, bro. I have to explain to Americans on TikTok that you can't sue for 90% of things they can sue for in Australia. No, for real. For real. This country kind of fucking sucks. Was there an update? I can check for it. Ah, it's another one of those, chat. It's another one of those hidden posts. So annoying, bro. If you have a viral Am I the A-hole post, make your stuff on private. I want to be nosy. Yeah, bro, everybody in the comments saying you're the a-hole, I think is very misled on how this fucking country works. Like, I kind of agree with him. I think he'd be legally held liable. And also, too, I think you should just do as best as you can not to allow someone who can not only hurt themselves, but hurt other people in the group. Because like OP said, if her, like, let's say she's in front of me, and her skirt gets caught in the chain, she's taking herself out, but then she's also probably taking me out, bro. I don't know, man. I don't think what he did is that crazy. Me personally. Could he have done it better? 100%. 100%. But like, I think he made the right call. I think he was trying to make the right call there. I don't know, Jaden. Me personally, I think you have a vendetta here, bro. Like, I just really think that this guy, he's an a-hole for so many other reasons, not for that. Like, I think he needs to be better at communicating his reasons for stuff, and also like not being like, oh, because she disagreed with me, women have bias. Like, I'm there for that, but specifically for the question at hand, I think he made the right move. How do we know he's in the US? I don't know. Maybe he's not. You're right. Maybe he's not. I just assumed that he was. I feel like only in the US could you start a cycling group that you can scam sponsors out of. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like an American. I don't know, man. I think you guys, like, listen, I think you guys are you're reading in between the lines of like, this is a man like telling a woman she can't do anything, which, like, fair. I think that's a very careful thing, or that's a big thing that you have to be careful around and be nice and delicate and like make it more evident that like you're not kicking her out because she's a woman, you're kicking her out because you care about her safety. And like, but he did say like the main reason was safety concerns. I was honestly concerned about safety. A long skirt near a bike chain just sounds like a bad situation waiting to happen, especially on a fast-paced ride where we wouldn't be stopping constantly. I didn't want to be responsible if something went wrong, so I told her she couldn't participate and would have to leave. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I guess you could argue he did give the vibe at the beginning that he didn't even really want her there because at the end of the day, this is just a cycling group for him and his friends to scam restaurants, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, he still sounds, I want to clarify. He still I want to clarify. He still sounds like a shit ass man. Like, I wouldn't want to hang out with this guy. He sounds sketchy, scummy, but like, I'm a call spade a spade. I don't think him asking this woman to not go on the ride is such a bad idea. We can't say he was the a-hole for an assumption we're making about how he delivered the message. We don't know how he delivered it. He could have been super kind. Who knows? That's kind of what I'm saying, Cherry Soap. Like, I think people are just like, he's a man. Get him. Like, and don't get me wrong, bro. I've been there. Y'all know me. I'm #1 man hater. I'm just not seeing it. Like, I'm really not seeing it. I'm not seeing that he was sitting there being like, well, because she's a woman, fuck her. You know, like, I'm not seeing that. I'm really not. I'm seeing that he's scamming companies and he might have like a bad idea of like why women agree with other women. I'm not getting the vibe that he's just like, I don't want this woman to go on the ride with us. And I think that's what a lot of y'all are saying in chat, is that he's like that. He's an idiot. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. Jaden, I don't know where this, like, he said they only agreed because they were women. That's not what he said. He just said, hey, my friend might be biased because she's the only woman in the group. And because of that, they're both women and she's inclined to agree with the other woman in the group. And maybe the way that OP communicated it, Emily thought that he was only kicking her out because she was a woman. Which then goes back to like, OP just needs be a better communicator and also be like, hey, women can agree with other women, not just because they're other women. Y'all, that's misogyny. Listen, you guys can think, like, listen, I'm the dude who, like, I will call anything misogyny that I see misogyny. I think this is maybe the wrong way to look at it, but it's not like he's saying, like, fuck these women, they have wrong opinions because they're women. He's just saying, like, hey, because Emily's a woman and she might prefer another woman on the ride, maybe she was biased to do whatever it takes to have this woman on the ride because she wanted another woman there. I don't think that's necessarily misogynistic. I think that's just him calling out, like, hey, bro, she might want another woman on the ride. Like, I don't know. That's not crazy to me, bro. So racism is only when you say it's directly because of race? What are you talking about, bro? Like, you're speculating, Sarby. We don't know what was said. You're totally right. You're totally right. I could be wrong, but I think it has to go the other way, right, Kurt? It has to go the other way. With the information that we had, all that we know that OP said is that I told her she couldn't participate and would have to leave. So like, I'm saying he might have not communicated the right reason exactly. You know, he might have just half-assed it. But like, we know for a fact that he didn't kick her out just because she's a woman. We know that for a fact. We know that's not the reason why he kicked her out. He kicked her out because he thought there were safety reasons. Anyone arguing that like he only kicked her out because she's a woman, they're like, that's just wrong. That's that, or at least from what OP is telling us, there is no evidence that he was like, I just kicked her out because she was a woman. Put that away, bro. Put it away. As a woman, I would also kick, oh, sorry, let me pull up the chat screen. As a woman, I would also kick a girly out for not wearing the right fit. Exactly. Exactly. Like Jaden, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like you're going off here and you gotta chill. Like, I think we're playing, like, listen, I love playing man hater, but I think we're playing it too hard here. We are playing it too hard here. There can be multiple reasons. I don't disagree with that, but there's no evidence of the multiple reasons. You're fabricating them. You're fabricating them, bro. Like, I get it. This was posted in AmITheDevil. There are a lot of people who hate this guy, and I'm just trying to look at it more objectively. Like, I think you can hate him for a bunch of different other reasons. I think this person needs a lot of character growth. I think I wouldn't fuck with this person in real life. That being said, what he did in terms of what we're asking for, am I the a-hole? I think, like, he did the right thing there. And there's just more personal growth, maybe better communicator, and not immediately jumping on the, like, it's because she's a woman bandwagon. But at the same time, like, bro, he said because Emily's a woman, she might have been a little biased because she would like another woman on the ride. Y'all, as an Asian man, I love having other Asians around. I think I am biased to trying to have Asians in the same room with me because that makes me feel more comfortable. Knowing there are people who look like me being around me makes me feel good. Therefore, I am biased to it. Like, I don't think you're misogynistic for calling that out. If somebody was like, hey, Sarby prefers other Asians here because because that makes him feel more comfortable and therefore he's biased to maybe make an argument for having more Asians there, like, I wouldn't disagree with that. I don't think that's I don't think I would call someone racist for that. I would just call it, you've identified that I prefer people who look like me being in the same room as me. As a pair of pants, I feel more comfortable with more pants in the room. Exactly, Death Pants. That's so funny you said that now that I'm looking at your name. Yeah, someone said it. Like, AmITheDevil's either the most mundane a-hole. AmITheDevil's either the most mundane shit or the most diabolical, heinous shit. Exactly. Like, I think this is mundane, bro. I think this is mundane. I don't think this guy's evil. I think he could just be better at communicating. I think this is case closed. Me too, bro, but I just wanted to specify, like, I just think it's like, listen, I think when there's a guy, okay, when there's a guy, and let's bring it in. I want this included in the video, by the way, editors. When there's a guy who is telling his kid, when there's a guy who married his new wife very soon after his previous wife died, and the child that he had with the previous wife has a birthday celebration that he likes to do that is being shut down by the new wife and that you're not going to follow through with, and you actively do things to make sure that he does not participate in those anymore, that is somebody who I'm like, yeah, let's fucking dog on him. Let's accuse him of heinous shit because, like, he has shown me he will do absolutely heinous shit. Yeah, let's fucking dog on that guy. Let's make assumptions about that guy. I'm all for it there. But hey, when we have a guy who's just kind of concerned with, like, legally covering his bases and the safety of not only this random woman, but also the safety of his friends. And yeah, sure, his flaws are he's scamming these restaurants and his communication sucks. Don't get me wrong, that's bad. But that's not, hey, let's dog on him and accuse him of misogyny bad. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, listen, bro, I do these videos so we can have open discussions about this. but it doesn't make these discussions any better when you're like, well, I just think he's misogynistic for bringing up women. Like, I don't know. I think that's a crazy thing to just like, like it. Yeah, the main rule for Am I the Devil is the OP is mostly wrong / asshole for one of the people who are wrong in the post. They do not have to be the worst person ever. Here's the thing too, Katniss. We've done plenty of these videos. Most of them, like, there are Am I the Devil posts where we as a collective have been like, this guy is not even a devil. Like, I don't know why the fuck this is here. And honestly, those are my favorite Am I the Devil posts. And I think this is one of them. Could Homeboy use some self-improvement? Absolutely. But I also think most 24-year-olds can, including me when I was 24, even 28. There's probably a lot of self-improvement I can make here. But like, I think it's okay to look at stuff and be like, you know what? From a different lens, I think the internet has this thing where if one person says something and it sounds kind of right, people just immediately hop on it and respect that as truth. To me, that's what's happening here. To me, someone was like, whoa, that top comment was like, hey, can you be held legally responsible for this? If so, not the a-hole. Like, I agree with that. And even further, hey, you're just caring about this woman's safety. I think that's pretty cool. I think caring about people's safety is really good. I think we should encourage that. You know? I don't know. That felt very much like I'm going to dog on this guy however I can because he's an Am I the Devil? And that's just not what I do here. Don't get me wrong, we're going to read the devils, we're going to call them out, but if there's somebody who I genuinely don't think is a devil, I'm going to argue it. And I think I think it's doing a disservice just immediately jumping to like, this guy is the devil. Oh, he's making an argument for why he's not misogynist. Like, you know, it really, like, I just couldn't see it, bro. I just couldn't see it. I wonder if this was put in Am I the Devil purely for the majority you're the a-hole verdict in the comments. Me too. Me too. I mean, we've seen it before, chat. I wouldn't take the side of another random over my friend if he wasn't in the wrong. Nana, that's a good point. I like that point. I think that's a valid argument. I think that's a good thing to bring up. That is, and maybe OP's an unreliable narrator and I've been conned and tricked and swindled. We will never know, unfortunately, unless, I don't know, I guess OP posts a follow-up when we find it, we read it. But like, you could be right. I don't know. I also think too, sometimes people surprise you. I also think if OP didn't do a great job, like, I think there actually is a real scenario, Nana, where Emily genuinely believed that OP was kicking out Courtney because she was a woman. Or like Emily wasn't as concerned about safety as OP was and didn't respect the fact that this is his thing that he could be legally liable for. And because of that, she automatically assumed it was because she was a woman. Like, I think there's a lot of scenarios here. I think what you said is very true, though. I think what you said is a very good point. Emily likely jumped to that conclusion. Maybe, maybe not. Like, we'll never know. We'll never know, you guys. Bro, why are you saying hi to Raya? Raya? Oh, no, Raya's in here. What up, Raya? Raya, you literally came back for the end of the stream, bro. Like, that was our last story. It was a crazy one. But that was our last story. My basement is flooding and I'm totally about to lose power, but this stream shall come for me. Raya, the only solution is come visit me in Vegas, bro. I found the solution. Ditch Kansas and come hang out with me. Bro, it's 7 a.m. Maybe for you. We do love Raya, chat. Raya may be cursed. Raya, you have had a large bout of bad luck lately. kind of good luck too. I mean, you found some good boys to have some fun with. But low key, probably a little bit more bad luck than good luck. End of month, my mom has concert tickets, so I may be there actually. I might be busy, Raya. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I don't think I brought this up. I'm gonna be gone from the 17th to the 25th. I'm gonna be traveling. I'll be in New Hampshire. I will be taking my laptop, and I do plan on streaming towards the end of the trip. But there will be probably like at least 5 days where I don't stream. At least 5. And then I might stream probably 2 if I'm feeling it, maybe 3 days. And then there won't be streams for like 2 days. And then streams will kind of resume, but also the weekend after that is Evo here in Vegas. And I'm going to be, my management runs Evo, like the company that owns my management company owns it's like a fighting game event, like Super Smash Bros, Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, like that shit. And they have like competitions and stuff. And my management's going to comp me a hotel room. So I'll probably be on the strip for a bit, but I'm going to have to come here to like check in on beans and shit. So I might stream like 2 hours here and there. Sarby wants me to go thirsty. I'm sorry. God forbid your boy take a little break here and there. I heard fighting and got UFC/Trump flashbacks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's video game fighting, chat. Video game fighting. Hey, nice debating with you too, Kurt. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. Have a good workout. Me and you are going to be working out at the same time. I got to hit my run. I think the weekend I'm there is Evo weekend. Okay, bet. That actually works out better because if you're on the strip and I'm already there, fuck, bro, I might actually be able to get you a ticket to Evo. Although that's not going to be as fun. I low-key don't think, like, don't get me wrong. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. Ludwig is hosting a tournament for his fighting video game. And I'm low-key hoping to, like, at least dab him up and be like, what's up, dog? You know, like, I'm a streamer too, much smaller, but I'm a streamer too. I love your girlfriend's podcast. It's really funny. Your podcast low-key doesn't do it for me, but, like, I fuck with wine about it. I pay for their Patreon. But yeah, just Raya, let me know. All right, chat. Y'all are lucky, bro. I was planning on streaming for like an hour, and this bitch ended up being 2 hours and 49 minutes, bro. Y'all are lucky. You're welcome, chat. I do want to start recording a video looking through the stories that you guys have submitted. So if you have a personal story that you want to submit or a like a story that you read recently that you want me to react to, put it in my subreddit. All right, chat, I'm actually going to link it. Let me link that bitch. Let me link it. Give me the loot. I'm going to look through it probably tomorrow. Go join my subreddit, chat. Go join my subreddit. Post some shit in there. Post your pet pics. Post your memes. Y'all know how it be. Oh, I need to definitely, I'm going to react to some, like, I saw some fun shit in there that I want to react to. And I'll do that in my Sarby Yap segment. It'll be a good Sarby Yap segment. All right, chat? All right. Let me double check. Are any of my friends live, bro? Are any of my friends doing live viewership stuff? Oh my God, Kai is live. Wait, why did Kai come into our stream, bro? Also, Kai kind of has like a whole ass viewership right now. God damn, 72 people watching. What is she playing? I don't even know, bro. Let's rate her. Chat, we're rating Kai. Ooh-woos. You know how it be. You know how it is. Let's get in there. Get in there, chat. YouTube, if you guys haven't liked up the stream, make sure to do it before you leave. I will see you guys tomorrow, okay, chat? I might actually stream early tomorrow. That's the plan. That's the goal. All right, guys, go tell Kai she smells funny. All right, love y'all. Bye. Mwah.